Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elect, apostle, bishop, elders at Great Millstone that were well. Shalom to elect Akia there doing his work in sincerity and truth and not for vain glory in season and out of season. All right, hold on. Let me turn this off right quick. Okay, it says right here, I was watching a video, the elder brothers from GMS Las Vegas put up, and then the Apostle Tahar made a video on that as well, backing off to what the brothers, the elder brothers from Las Vegas did. It says ICE agents joke about how many immigrants they can catch. So recent reports and investigations, including a February 2026 review by the Associated Press, have highlighted a pattern of misconduct, abuse of authority, and unprofessional behavior amongst U.S. immigrants and customs enforcement, which is ICE agents, rather than documented instances of agents joking about the number of immigrants they can catch. Yeah, so it's just like the slave days, you know, when you had, the head tribe, Judah, that's in the English, Yahweh and the Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, which means holy tongue, which is the real Hebrew. The slave catchers. So now they're doing it to the Northern Kingdom. Okay, they're bragging about how many Latinos, Hispanics they can catch. Okay, all right, so. But like the Apostle Tahar said, it's kind of good that that's happening to the Latinos and Hispanics, because now they're starting to find out. Now they know that the white man is the devil. Because, the Latinos and Hispanics, they were kissing Esau's ass. Keep the race pure. I forgot how you say it in Spanish. In other words, don't bring no dark skin people over here with us, because you want to look like the fucking white man. Well, now you see what the white man's doing to you. Okay? All right? Now you see what the so-called white man is doing to you. He's bragging about how many of you Latinos and Hispanics that he could catch and put in concentration camps, take them back to their own Latino Spanish countries, whatever the situation is, okay, so, this is the reality of you Latino and Hispanics, which is the Northern Kingdom, along with the Native Americans. You starting to find out, that, your friend, the so-called white man, is doing all kind of wickedness towards you, breaking up your family, detaining them, sending them back to their country, you know what I'm saying, putting them in concentration camps, holding them in cells, and now you're starting to find out. But, the real joke is on Esau. Who's Esau? Esau is the so-called white man. Okay? Because, see, what you doing to the Northern Kingdom, okay, which is you Latinos, Hispanics, okay, What you're doing to them, guess what? It's going to be worse on you, Esau, in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? All right, so let's go to it. All right, let's go here. Hold up, let me see. Let's go here. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, 12th chapter and the 22nd verse. It says, therefore, whereas thou doth chasten us, which is Israel, yeah, and we being chastened. That's why the Most High brought Esau against us, against you so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Being chastened because we broke his law, statutes, and commandments. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh through his son, Yahweh Shai. By what? Going into slavery, you know, under the so-called white man, you know, Taino Indians, you know, being damn near almost wiped out. Native Americans, you know, their land took them from them. Okay. Hispanics, Native Americans, Latinos, all the things that's happening to our people living in the ghettos and the slums. You know, the ICE agents, you know. Okay. And there's much more you can speak about, right? Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies a thousand times more. You know, and that's gonna happen to the so-called white man, man. He thinks it's fun and games, right? Because this is his time, right? This is his time of rulership, and he's gonna do it. You know, he's gonna do his thing, man. He's definitely gonna come down on you, Latinos, Hispanics, okay? And what you see, you know, and I'm focusing on them because, you know, that's who the ICE agents are going after for the most part. But, you know, they are going after the Haitians, Jamaicans and Haitians, the Caribbeans, basically, you know. But, yeah, exactly. You know, so in the kingdom, Esau, which is a so-called white man, you think you doing something? Boy, you have no idea, Esau, all right, which is a so-called white man. Thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more. So it's going to be some super extraordinarily things is going to be happening to you, Esau. And we're going to go to it. All right. Let's go to Psalms 137 in the 9th chapter. Let's see. Psalms 137. Psalms 137. Go to the 9th chapter. I mean the 9th verse. Okay. It says, happy shall he be. Who's the he? The nation of Israel. That taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Oh, let's read the 7th verse. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom. You know, so you doing all this things to so-called blacks, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. But you're going to get yours, man. Esau, so-called white man. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, which is the so-called white man of the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, raise it, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, meaning destroy it, destroy it. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, which is America. That's the daughter of Babylon. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Exactly. Exactly. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. So, yeah, we're going to do a whole lot of stuff to you, Esau. And rightfully so. Okay, Mr. So-called white man? You know, you making jokes about you keeping score how many Latinos and Hispanics you can capture, you know, but it says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones, your little kids, against the stones. And that's exactly what we're going to do in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take your little ones, meaning your sons and daughters, your little kids, and bust their ass against the stones, man. Okay? All right? And that's just the tip of this iceberg. Okay? Man, we're going to get you. And Esau, when Yahweh sends his son, Yahweh Shai, it's game over for you. All right? And in the kingdom, man, you're going to find out. So I hope you've been edified. And with that, shalom.